Hey, let's come back to our seats. All right, take a comfortable seated position, cross your legs, roll your shoulders out. Just come into breathing for a second here. Arriving after the chaos of Michael's art supplies and trying to get everything figured out in Zoom. Just take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Sigh it out. Keep your eyes open, or you can stare at a spot a couple feet in front of you, or close your eyes as we just continue to breathe in. And a deep breath out. Getting in, arriving, relaxing. Keep your deep breaths in and your exhales out through the mouth. Take a nice long inhale in through the nose. At the top of the inhale, just hold it for a second and then let go. 3 more big breaths like that. Inhale. At the top, hold it for a second. Exhale through your mouth. 2 more on your own. Inhale. And exhale. 1 more. On the next inhale, bring your hands to prayer. Exhale through your mouth all the way down. Empty everything out. Next inhale, take a nice Om together. Inhale to the top. Om. Inhale freely. And exhale. Bring your hands down to your knees. Drop your chin to your chest. And start to roll your head slowly to the left-hand side on the inhale. Back to center on the exhale. And on the inhale, roll it to your right. Exhale back to chin to chest. Again, one more time to the left. Inhale. And exhale through. This time, reverse it. Start to your right. Inhale. Just waking up your spine, your neck. Exhale through. One more time. Inhale to the right. Left, back, or center. Now sit tall from your seat. Back of your head comes straight up. Take your arms out to the side, and on the inhale, bring them up. And on the exhale, just bring them down. Touch the mat if you want, or to your knees. Do that 2 more times. Inhale. Sitting tall. Exhale. One last time. Inhale. And on the exhale, you can go ahead and flutter your eyes open. Remove your props. Come off your props and onto your knees into a tabletop position. You're going to want your knees underneath your hips. Hands a little bit wider than your shoulders. Sorry, I'm just trying to turn up some stuff over there. Hands underneath the shoulders, fingertips spread nice and even. You can have your front pointer finger pointing straight out. Just come into a relaxed tabletop position. Now on the inhale, you're going to drop your chest, tuck your tailbone, lift your head. On the exhale, chin to chest and round your back like a Halloween cat. Push through your hands to cat. Inhale, back to cow. Again, drop your chin to chest. Halloween cat. 3 more times on your own on the inhale. Exhale. You can add some movement if you want. Inhale, move your shoulders, hips. Exhale, round in. You can sit back. Take whatever movement feels good for you right now. One more in. And one more out to cat. Now come back to center. Take your right leg, extend it far behind you, come up on your toes, and stretch just through your heels right now. We're just going to stay in that same neutral position, but stretch through that heel. Exhale. On the next inhale, you're going to take that right foot all the way over to your left-hand side of your mat, as far out as you can go, and then look over your left shoulder and try and look at your right foot. Just taking a nice twisted stretch here. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, bring it back to center. And now we're going to switch feet. So bring the knee back under, take the left foot all the way back. Stay on the tops of your toes, on the balls of your feet. Press through your heels just to kind of give yourself a stretch right here. Next inhale, we're going to take it all the way over to the right. And if it feels good, look over your shoulder. Try and see those back feet back there as you're stretching and breathing. Exhale. Next inhale, bring it back to center. Bring the knees under the hips. Take a cow on the inhale. Exhale, cow. Come back to center now. I'm going to take that right leg back again. And now we're going to lift it from the hip. Keep the heel backwards. Take your left hand. Bring it to the front. If your wrist is hurting, you can come up onto fists or a block, or you could just stay in that same position. But now you're going to reach out through your front fingers and your back heel. Breathe in, and on the exhale, bring it in. Elbow to knee. Inhale, stretch it out. Elbow to knee on the exhale. Keep that Halloween cat. Again, stretch it out. One more time, elbow to knee. Warming up the core. Exhale, and bring that hand down. Take a second here. You can sit back on your heels if your wrists are hurting and just kind of work out your wrists if you want to. Make a little wrist circles. You could take your wrists behind and flip them to the side, but basically just kind of warming up here. And when you're ready, the next inhale, you're going to take your left foot back, lift it, press through the heel. Take your right arm, extend it straight out forward, build the pose from here. And on the exhale, right elbow to left knee as you curl in. Inhale out. Exhale it back in. Inhale out. Exhale it back in. And come down to your knees. Take your knees wide apart, toes touch together. Hips to heels. Nice wide-legged child's pose. You can relax the arms by your side. If your wrists are hurting, roll them out there. Or you can keep them active in the front. If you want more, you can come up on your fingertips to give yourself a nice stretch. But really just being here in child's pose. You can return here anytime during the practice just to breathe and rest. Take another big breath in and a big breath out. Inhale, come back up to tabletop. Tuck your toes. Bring your hips back to the heels. Stretch up into down dog. Now from here, you can paddle out your dog if you want. Just a little movement, then one knee or the other. But we're going to build the pose from the hands. So again, fingers. You want your index finger pointing forward. You want the all 5 fingers pointing down. Wrap your shoulders in. So build it from the top. And then the back of your lift body. The heels are going towards the ground. They don't have to touch. You could be on the balls of your feet if you want. But we're just looking for length in the front and length in the back. So as you move, feels good. And once you find a steady place, just sink into there for a breath. One big breath in. And one big breath out. Now on your next inhale, come high up onto the balls of your feet. Stretch the back legs out. And on the exhale, Bring the heels back to the ground. Do that one more time. Inhale up on the balls of the feet. Exhale, heels towards the ground. Now take the right leg up behind you. And then you're going to step it through to meet your right thumb. Back leg stays high. Back knee stays high. Take a breath out. On the next inhale, come up to crescent. Now you can have your hands at your hips. You can have your hands above your ears. But what you want to make sure is that the back heel is over the back foot. The leg is straight. The front knee is over the front ankle. We're just going to be here for another one breath in. On the exhale, bring your hands down, step back into down dog. So just warming up. We'll do the second side. So take the left foot high. Breathe in. And on the exhale, left foot to left thumb. Stay high on the ball of the back foot. Inhale, come up to standing. Crescent pose. Again, build it from the feet. The feet should be steady. Looking good. Exhale, hands back down. Step your left leg back into down dog. Roll over your toes into a plank position and lower all the way down to the ground. Here, forehead on ground, arms at your shoulders. We're just gonna take a little baby cobra. So take the right foot, put the top of it down. Take the left foot, reach it back, put the top of it down. Arms near your shoulders, forehead to ground. And on the next inhale, just gonna come up a little bit into baby cobra. So come up, breathe up. And on the exhale, curl it back down. Do this 2 more times. Inhale up. And exhale down. 1 more time. Inhale up. You don't have to go high. And exhale down. Tuck your toes. Inhale. Push either to your knees, up and back to down dog, or you can come all the way through a push-up. We'll take a free breath here. And an exhale. Then you're going to walk your hands all the way back to your feet. Come into a forward fold. You can have your knees bent as much as you like, but basically we're looking for the ribs to be closer to the thighs and a nice fold over. When you feel that you're in a good position, you can start to straighten the legs to your boundaries. My hamstrings and calves are really tight, so I always do it with bent knees. You may be full straight legs here. It's whatever works for your body. So on the inhale, come halfway up. Crown of the head points forward. Exhale, fold it in. Do that one more time. Inhale, up. Exhale, in. Now, on the next inhale, we're going to go all the way to standing. So just come straight up to standing. Arms to the top. Hands through center. Down into mountain pose. Everyone feeling good? All right. So we're going to go back through those lunges again. So arms up. Fold over on the exhale. Halfway lift up. And on the exhale, walk it back out to down dog. We're going to take the right leg up on the next inhale. And through to the thumb on the exhale. Stay high on the back heel. Up on the inhale, 1 breath in, 1 breath out. On the exhale, come back down. Walk back to down dog. Left leg goes high. On the inhale. On the exhale, step it through to left side. Inhale, come on up. And exhale, come back down. Step back to down dog. Inhale, come on up with the right leg. Exhale, step the right foot to the right through. Now take your left knee and bring it to the floor and come up into a lunge. So I pad my knee. You might not have to, but it feels good on these hard floors. So from the lunge, make sure your hips are square, centered, tailbone facing down, front knee over front ankle, back foot on the ground. On the inhale, bring your arms up. On the exhale, we're going to bring our arms through into the ground, 4, to the front of the mat. like down dog position, but in the lunge. So you can go out as far as you want. Basically, this is a lunge, a down dog, but you're in a lunge position. You should feel this on the inside of your thighs, hips. Yeah, you can bring your foot, no, your knee is over your ankle. Your arms are what are extending in this, like a down dog. Yes, extend it out. One more breath in, and one more breath out. Now walk it back up to the lunge. Inhale, bring your arms up. Frame your front foot on the exhale. Step it back to down dog. Take your left foot up on breath in, and your left foot through on the breath out. Right knee down, come into the lunge. Start here with your hands on your hips. Build it from there. Again, front knee over front ankle. Inhale, bring your arms up. The exhale, reach it forward and down into the down dog in a lunge. Walk it out till you feel a stretch. Breathe here for 1. Exhale. 1 more inhale. And 1 more exhale. Walk yourself back up to the lunge. Bring your arms up on the inhale. On the exhale, bring your arms down. Step back into a down dog. Now from here, you can roll over your feet, toes to a plank. You can either go knees, chest, or chin, or go through a full chaturanga, depending on where you're at today. I'm going to do knees, chest, and chin. So lower your knees, lower your chest, lower your chin. On the inhale, come up, either to baby cobra or full. Tuck your toes, back to down dog. Take a free breath here and out. 1 more in and 1 more out. Now bend your knees, look up towards the top of your mat. On the exhale, empty of air, walk, hop, or float all the way up to the top. Come to a halfway lift and fold in. Take your feet as wide as the mat. Grab your elbows or arms, fold over into a nice forward fold. Take a few breaths here, relax. I'm just going to make sure that we're still recording, everything's happening, everyone looks good. I can see all my people on the side. Come to halfway lift, fold over. On the next inhale, come all the way up. Toe heel your feet back together to standing. Bring your arms to the side into mountain pose. I'm going to face you here. On the next inhale, we're going to bring our arms up. We're going to grab our left wrist with our right hand, and we're going to crescent over towards the right. So we did a lot of these yesterday with my teacher, Kenny, and worked the obliques on this, which was really, really good. Next inhale, come back to center. Grab your right wrist with your left hand, pull up and over to the left. You should feel a good stretch along the side body, your obliques. Next inhale, bring it up. And bring your arms down to mountain pose. Take a free breath here. Next inhale, bring your hands up. Sit your hips back and come down into your favorite chair pose. So we're going to stay chair high right now. It's going to take a few breaths here in your chair. Your feet should be together or as close to as they can be. Knees back. You should be able to look down over your knees and see the top of your toes. Weight the weight of your body into the back of your heels, and then just sit. And can you sit a little lower while reaching a little higher? For 3. 1 more big breath in, sit a little lower, reach a little higher for 2. And then on the exhale, fold it all over. Halfway lift, fold again, and then all the way up to the top with your inhale. Looking really, really good. So we're gonna do that one more time, but we're gonna come into a little bit harder, longer hold of that. So again, inhale, bring your arms up. Sit back into your hips, arms down. Now we're gonna sit all the way down to where our thighs are parallel to the floor, arms up, and then bend forward into power pose. And you're gonna hold it here for 5 breaths. Remember to breathe through this. You've got 2 more breaths. Big in, out. 1 more. Stay with the breath. Can you go even farther by pushing out? Next, inhale, bring it all the way up. Hands through center. Drop them to the side. Relax. Take a free breath here. And 1 out. Everyone doing okay? Feeling all right? Need something to drink, grab something to drink. If not, meet us at the top of your mat. Do a little balance pose. We'll go into a little flow pose from here. So feet hip width distance apart, hands by the side. Bring your right leg up. Bring it into tree pose, either inside of your thigh or below your knee at your calf. What you don't want is on the knee. So I'll start here on my calf to show it. Tailbone pointing down, back of the head pointing up. Once you're sturdy, inhale, bring your arms up. Now you can take your arms into prayer, arms to the side, cactus, reach up, however you want to do your expression of tree right now. But just stay here and breathe. Wobble if you want. Look up a bit if you can on the inhale. If not, stay where you are. Reach through the hands, and on the exhale, let it all go. Bring the foot down next to the other. Shake it out a little bit. Not going to make you hold it today. Oh, maybe later. So let's do the left side. So bring your left knee in. Again, foot at the calf or up in your thigh, just not at your knee. Bring your arms up or to the center. Tailbone down, nice and long, your big standing tree. You can move, you can do whatever you want. If you look at your neighbor, sometimes they move and that causes you to move, and that's just okay. Again, if you want more, you can look up, you can close your eyes, you can move into cactus, whatever expression today is there for you. And on the exhale, bring your hands to the center, foot back down, shake it out. So, to the top of your mat, and step all the way back to the back of your mat. Bring your arms above your head on the inhale. On the exhale, fold over. And on the inhale, come back into down dog. Just easy way to get into down dog. Paddle it out. You may notice that this now feels much different than it did about 20 minutes ago. So from here, take your right leg up. And if you want, you can bend that right leg, open the hip to the side, take some hip circles, ankle circles. If not, you could just stay there with the leg straight. But remember to push through that right arm. On the inhale, straighten the leg. On the exhale, bring it through. Right leg meets your right fingers. Come on up into crescent pose on the inhale. On the exhale, drop your back heel. Twist towards your hips towards the side of the mat. Bend into your front leg. We're getting ready to come into warrior two. So the back leg should be parallel to the back of the mat, or it can be at a little bit of an angle towards you. What you want is to set it up from the feet. The back side of your foot should be to the mat, knee over the ankle, hips facing the side of the mat, tailbone down, head long, even before you bring up your hands. Once you have that, you can take your hands out to the side, roll your shoulder blades down a few times just to kind of curl them in, and then reach out through the back fingers and the front fingers. Once you're here, you can relax down into the pose a bit more for a little bit of extra stretch. And then look over your middle finger to the front. So here we are in Warrior Two. If you need more, you can always sink a little bit lower if you feel it. If you're not feeling it, you can widen your stance or shorten it depending on your legs. The next inhale, you're gonna turn the palm forward, reach out, and reverse your warrior. Hand can come to your back leg, back thigh. Front hand goes towards your ear or up. Take a deep breath in here. You can also work with a bind. You can take your left arm, bind it around your waist in the back. You're just looking for that nice long line of strength. One more inhale. And then on exhale, you're gonna come forward into a side angle pose. So bring your hand or your forearm to your knee. If you're really open, you can bring your hand to a block or to the ground. I'm gonna do it here. Your left hand will spin open and up and over your ear. And you want as little weight as possible in that forward arm. It's all a side angle and obliques and your core, which should be holding you up, not this front arm. Stay there for one more breath. And exhale. On the inhale, come back to Warrior Two. On the exhale, windmill it down, frame the front foot, step back, float through Vinyasa, or meet us back into down dog. If you're doing a Vinyasa, come down slowly, come up, and back into dog. Walk it out. Feeling good? Second side. Take your left leg up. Again, bend your knee if you did that before on the other side. Open up your hip. Roll your left ankle, your left hips out. Or if not, you can just work with the straight leg up from there. One more big breath into the hip and exhale. On your next inhale, straighten the leg, turn your hips. Exhale, bring the left foot to the left thumb. Rise up into crescent pose. And again, you're gonna I'm gonna go this side so you can see it. Drop your left foot back, parallel to the back of the mat, hips to the front knee over front ankle. Again, that left foot should be sealed to the ground. Once you're in the shape of the pose, arms come up, roll your shoulder blades back and down, reach out through both the back arm and the front arm. Look over your front middle finger. On the inhale, flip your palm, and inhale into reverse warrior. Stay here, move your hand down your hip or your thigh, or you could take a bind, but stretch it out. You can look up, sink a little bit lower into that front knee if you want to. One more big inhale. And on the exhale. Now inhale, bring your arms back to Warrior Two. And on the exhale, come into side angle pose on the other side. Again, knee over ankle, back foot sealed. This arm really isn't holding me up. You can work with your right arm out, bring it up and over your ear. You can either look up, look down at your foot, or look straight at the camera. One more breath in, and a big breath out. Inhale back to Warrior Two, and exhale, bring it all the way back down, step your foot back, walk, float, or hop through your Vinyasa, meet us back in down dog. Okay, so we're gonna go through a little bit faster and add on to that. So in down dog, take your right leg up, bring your right leg through to your right thumb, come up to crescent. On the exhale, come back into Warrior Two. Now you're gonna straighten the front leg, and we're gonna get ready for triangle. So the front leg straight, back leg is in Warrior Two, arms out. On your inhale, strengthen. On your exhale, move with your body, hips back, shoulders down, into triangle and over. So this hand could be to a block. I like using a block for this one, but it can be to your shin. It could be on the inside of your leg. But essentially, your hips want to be towards the front of the mat. And when you're doing this, it's like being between two planes of glass. You want to feel like you're just skating right through. You can look up or look down, depending on your neck. Next inhale, bring it back up into warrior two. Exhale, bring your hands down to the mat, bring your foot back, and we're just going to switch sides. So left foot to the sky, bring it through, come on up into crescent pose on your left foot. If you have the block, you can put it here near your foot at this point. But come back into warrior two on the left side, straighten the front leg, and now on the exhale, bend, reach, and twist into triangle. Hand to block, hand to shin, hand to floor. If the arm above you is too much, you can always twist your thumb and bring it either to your side body or you can bind it back. If you're really open here, you can take a bind if that's what's calling you. I'm not that open, so I'm not going to do that, but it's there if you want to. 2 more breaths in this pose. 1 breath in and out. Stay for it. 1 more and out. Now on the inhale, bring it back up into warrior two. Windmill your hands down, front foot, step, hop, float back. If you want to take a vinyasa, you can. If not, you can come down to wide leg and knees, toes together, and take a few breaths in child's pose and just relax after that. You can bring your arms to the side if you want, or the front. But those are big, big poses, so just stay with it. You want to do more of those, or you want to do other fun things? Other fun things. All right, so we will skip going into revolved half moon. We'll come to some more standing poses. So come sit up on your butt. Bring your hands to the front. Oh, sorry. Let's sit on your butt for a second. So from here, you're basically just going to lean forward into tabletop, take a nice cat-cow, just to kind of, wake yourself back up. Then you're going to come into down dog again, and you're going to walk your feet up to your hands at the front of your mat for some more standing fun. So coming into mountain pose at the top of your mat, set it up straight. Your feet can be hip distance apart, shoulders down, tailbone down, arms to the side. And from here, you're going to take your right leg up, and you're going to cross it over your left leg. We're going to come into eagle pose. You're going to take your arms out to the side, and you can either take your right arm under your left arm and hug your shoulders. If that's good, keep your shoulders up, or you can bring your hands up to where they touch. Right arm under left. Now you can stay here, or if you want, you can start to bring your hips back a bit, bending the knees. So you're starting to nest in your eagle, sit down a bit. If you want more, you can start to fold over that front knee while keeping the elbows up to a nesting eagle. Again, you could just stay at the first position. You don't have to go this far. And on your breath out, let it go. Next inhale, straighten it all the way back up. Bring your foot to the floor. Release the arms, bring them overhead on the inhale. And the exhale, bring them through. Drop your arms to the second side. Bring your left leg up. Knee goes over the right leg. Arms to the side. This time the left arm comes under the right arm. Again, start with hugging your shoulders. That feels good. Then you can bring it into hands grasp. That feels good. You can then sit down in your eagle. And if you want more, you can bend over and nest your eagle. Again, breathing in and out. If you fall, that's okay. 1 more in and exhale. The inhale brings you back up. Release it all. If you have a strap or a belt or a dog leash or whatever, you're going to want to grab it. This is, we're going to start the first one with a strap. If you don't need it, you can throw it away. So we're going to come to standing. You're going to bring that right leg up again. Now here, you can either grab the toes or you can use a strap, which is what I'm going to do. Grab the strap, reach it out into the front, stand up straight, tailbone down. And then when you're ready, you can start to bring the leg to the right. Again, pushing through the heel. You don't want to be collapsing in like this. You want to, if you can't go that far, you can just stay where you're at. If you're really looking for a stretch here in the leg, if you're like Anne-Marie, you could put out your arms and fly. You can grab the toe. One more breath in, and the breath out, slowly bring it back to center and bring it down. Whew. Yeah, it feels good this morning. So now we'll do the second side. Again, bring your knee up. Now, with your peace fingers, you can grab your big toes and come out to the side, but I'm going to do it with a strap because I don't have that for me today. Straighten your leg and then start to open. Hand can stay on, your right hand can stay on your hip, or it can reach to the side. Whatever expression you have, but just build it tall. The right foot should be planted, rooted firmly, and pushing through it. Stay there. You can use a wall if you have it there. Next inhale, bring it back to center and release it down. Oh, that feels good. Take a little break, drink a little drink, fresquilas, all that fun stuff. All right. So, what time is it? Oh, it's time to come down to the floor. So,
We started late.
What time did we start? Like 20 minutes late?
Like 11:30 or
11:20? Yeah. We'll go for another 20 minutes. So we'll come down and do some floor and then do some nice ab stuff afterwards. Okay. So come to the back of your mat. Bring your arms on an inhale to the top. On an exhale, come on down. Walk your arms out. If you know you need a block or a bolster for pigeon, now's a good time to grab one. I don't know where my block went, but oh, it's somewhere over here. I'm going to grab that real quick. So in down dog, you're going to take your right leg up. And then on the exhale, you're going to bring your knee to your wrist. Back leg straight. Come on down. Sit down into pigeon. So I'm going to take a block and put it underneath my right hip because I cannot touch the floor here. But what you want to do is work towards getting this parallel, your front shin parallel to the front of the mat. It may not. If you feel any pain in the knees, back off of this or also flex your toes. The back foot should be straight out behind you, top of the back foot down. Start it high, and then when ready, fold in. You may already be there. Into your pigeon. I like to put a little something underneath my head because I can't go all the way down. We're going to be here for about 5 breaths. Just relax into it. Two more big breaths. 1 breath in and out. 1 more in and out. Now, if you want, you could stay here, or you can bring yourself back up and bring the left foot towards your left thigh, twist around, grab your foot, and bring it in for a little quad stretch here. Oh. I don't know about you, but this feels so good right now. And continue to breathe. Exhale, let it go. Bring your arms down, tuck your back toes, lift yourself up, come back into down dog. I like to take a 3-legged dog here with my right leg high. Just work it out after being on there. You may be different. You may not need that. But when you're ready, come back down to down dog. Set yourself up, move your props if you need them, blocks, bolsters, blankets. I'm going to use a bolster on this side. Bring your left, on the next inhale, left leg high. Bring your left knee to your left wrist. And sit back into pigeon. Again, set it up the same way. Now, each side is different. This one is a lot harder for me. So my knee is in a very different position than it was on the right side. But everything else is the same. The back foot straight. I'm up high on my fingertips, looking forward. And when ready, exhale and fold into pigeon. Again, 5 more big breaths on this side. We want to make sure they're equal. And you continue to breathe through it all. One more big breath in and out. When you're ready, push yourself back up. If you took it on the first side and it's there for you on this side, reach back, grab your foot. Nice quad stretch. If you can come over the top for king pigeon, or I believe it's mermaid, king pigeon, as Anne-Marie is doing right now. But breathe. One more inhale. Exhale, let it all go. Hands to the mat. Tuck your back toes. Come back up to down dog. Stretch it out, walk it out, whatever you need to do. Feel the difference between those two sides. When you're ready, come down to your knees, cross your ankles, sit back, and come onto your buttocks to do some fun core work. So, sitting up straight, you can feet out in front of you, bring your feet to the mat, knees in, hug them. Day at the beach. So you're sitting on your sit bones, back nice and straight. From here, you're just going to take those feet up, knees out. You can reach your hands. You're going to breathe. There may be gas expelled. Who knows? Anyway, you can stay here for 5 breaths. Now you can go to whatever limit you want. You can straighten your legs. You can lift them up into a full boat. I'm in half boat. As long as you're breathing, keeping everything straight. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Bring your feet back to the mat. Hug them in. Bring your head up. Crown your back of your neck up. And we'll come back into that again, but this time, roll all the way down on your mat. Back on the mat. Knees still on the floor. Or feet still on the floor, knees bent. Take your hands by the back of your head. You could rest. You can make a little, cup for the back of your head here. Bring your knees up, shins parallel. Lift up a little bit from the back of your shoulders off the mat. Now inhale, stay here. On the exhale, cross your right elbow to your left leg. Exhale, go to the other side. Inhale back, exhale. Inhale back, exhale. Keep those shoulders off the mat. Keep exhaling. On the assertion is the exhale. If you need a break, just come back to the mat. You can always come back into it. We got another 20 seconds of this. If you need more, you can straighten your legs. If you want less, you can just lay back and Pretend that you're sitting outside at the beach and not in quarantine. But you got to like 5. You do 3 more. 1, 2, 3, and let it all go. Back. Put your legs out. Take a couple free breaths here. You should be feeling this in your core, quads, maybe. On the next inhale, bring your feet back to the mat, knees bent. This time we're going to put our feet out straight. Come back up with your hands underneath your head and just start to scissor kick your legs. If you want more, you can do both legs at one time to do leg lifts up and down. It's up to you what you want to do here in your core workout. I like the scissor kicks. If you want to add in, you can add in the elbows to each side as you're doing it. But just a little 10 seconds of little extra core work. Five more. 2 more. As Billy Blanks Jr. says, push it. And come back down. Oh, how's that feeling? Bring your knees to your chest. You can wrap your arms around your knees, your legs, however you want to do it. It feels really, really good. Oh, there was one thing I wanted to do in this class that we didn't get to do. Some forearm work, but I think we'll save it for next time. Let's come to the front of your mat and come on your belly for a second. Miette, you're going to have to get off the mat. Thank you. Now, come down on your belly, arms back behind your side. You're going to lift one leg up and the other leg up. You're going to reach back and either grab your ankles or your feet, forehead to the mat. And on the inhale, you're going to push through your feet. It's going to lift you up into a bow. Now just go as high as you can or as you feel it. There's no prize for going super high. Shoulders on the back, feet kick out. Breathe through it. You can rock a little bit if you can. And exhale, bring it all to the mat. I know everyone loves this. We'll do it one more time. So again, bring your feet up. Knees bent. Reach back. Grab the outside of your ankles or your feet. Forehead to mat. On the inhale, come on up to bow. Shoulders down your back. Tailbone down. Look forward or down. In. And breathe out. And then come back down. Come up on your forearms. Shape of a sphinx. Top of your feet down. Just come into sphinx pose real quick. Just a little counterbalance. So roll on up. Look forward if you want. You can look down to a little bit so the back of your head goes long. Just take a free breath here. And out. Now bring your head to the ground. Hands underneath by your shoulders. Toes tucked. And push up and back into down dog. Bring your knees back down to the ground and come to seated. Now I'm going to sit up on a blanket for this. You may want a block or a bolster. So come up to seated. Take your left leg out straight in front of you. Your right foot's going to come into your thigh like we were doing in tree pose earlier. You want to make sure that your outer edge of your pinky toes are facing towards you. They're not facing rounded out. They're facing back towards you. Sit up straight, arms to the side. You're going to keep your left hand down, your right arm up. On the exhale, you're going to bend it over and try and grab the foot. It's okay if that knee bends. You're just looking for the stretch and making sure those toes are coming back. If you want more, you can take your left hand over your right and curl in and relax for a nice thigh stretch. One more breath here. And exhale. Come back up. Take your right leg all the way under your left hip. Your right knee will face forward. You take your left leg over your right, if you can, and back. If not, it's okay to have your left leg straight up and down like this, but we're working towards getting it back there with your knees in alignment. Bring your arms to the side, look up, and then fold over to your degree over your knees. I feel it just here, just barely going into it. So if you feel too much, just back off a bit. It still feels really, really good. 2 more breaths. One more in. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, come up, unwind, shake your feet out for a second. Now bring your left foot in to your right thigh. I'm going to switch so you can see me. So the right foot long, left foot comes in the left thigh, out to the side. Again, those pinky toes, you want to be able to see them. Put your right arm back, your left arm comes up, and on the exhale, stretch it over. Again, your knee can be lifted or all the way down. If you want more, bring your right arm over, fold in. Inhale, take a little halfway lift. Exhale, fold back over. You might get a little extra length there. Bringing the belly button to spine. Gives you a little bit more freedom to bend. One more inhale. And an exhale. Inhale, come back up. Bring the left foot underneath the right thigh. Bring your right foot over your left foot. Left leg. Hips to floor. Hands to the side. Sit up straight. On the exhale, bend over to your degree. Those front knees. One more breath in. Big deep breath out. And on the inhale, come back up to sit. Stretch out your legs. If you're sitting on something, move it to the side. Legs to the front. Come all the way onto your back, knees to the chest. We're going to set up for a nice twist on our sides here. So keep the right leg in. Take your left leg all the way out front. You can put 2 hands on top of your right knee. Bring it in towards your shoulder blades. You can move your hip around a little bit just to kind of loosen it up. And when ready, take your left hip over towards the right and then twist over your left hip over toward the right and then twist over to the left with that knee. Keeping your shoulder blades on the ground, your arms can go wide or they can be on the knee for a twist. Now you can keep looking up here, or if you need more, you can look over to your right. You're going to be here for another 3 breaths. So take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Another in. One more out. Last breath in this twist. Exhale. Then the inhale, bring it all the way back up. Plant your feet on the mat. You can move your knees side to side, windshield wiper. Feels good in between these poses. And when ready, right foot goes all the way out, straight. Left knee comes in towards left armpit. This time, if you had your hands over your knee, switch fingers, so opposite thumb is on top, so you don't get stuck in the same rut of doing it every time. Roll out your ankle, roll out your inner hips, whatever feels good right here. Another breath. And then when you're ready, right hip goes towards the left side of the mat, and you're going to twist over to the right with that left leg. Now your right hand should be on your right knee to pull it, help you over. You can put a prop of a block, a bolster, a blanket under there. If you're already weighted to the floor, make sure your shoulder blades are still on the mat, arms wide. And if you want, you can look out over your right hand side and breathe here for 3 more breaths. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more big breath in and a big breath out. Come back to center. Unwind. Shake your knees out, however you want to do with this. And when you're ready, grab your ankles or feet, come into a happy baby on your back. Move left and right. Rock out your baby if you want to. And if there's any last pose you want to do after this, you can do shoulder stand, legs up the wall, active reversal. I like to take a block and put it underneath my sacrum and bring my feet straight up. If you need a block, I have one. Do you want a block, Teresa? So yeah, bring your blocks to your hips like Anne-Marie is doing. Bring your feet all the way up. Just let the blood flow back down into your body. The last pose before we do the last pose of Shavasana. Shh, Miet. We have construction people and people out front. When you're ready, come down off your block. Stretch your feet out. Come all the way on your back. Walk your shoulder blades underneath your shoulders. Toes out, legs long. Arms to the side, palms up or on your belly. Take a deep breath in. And a big breath out through your mouth. Once more, big, big breath in. And the deepest breath out. Shavasana. On your next inhale in, start to bring some movement into your feet, your toes, your arms. Just relax. Don't come up too quickly. Thank you. Bring your hands above your head. Stretch it out. Bring your knees in. Roll to one side or the other. It's like you're waking up again. And then when you're ready, come back up into seated. Keep your eyes closed if you want, or open. Just take a moment here to thank yourself for showing up, coming to practice today, working it out, making it through. In the times of quarantine, it's really nice to see family and friends. Yes, Love in the Time of Quarantine. It's a great book that we're all writing right now. Bring your hands to your heart. Close your eyes. Thank yourself. Thank those that are with you and those that aren't. Thank you for practicing today. Take a deep breath in and a big breath out. And let's close our practice with the sound of Om. Again, big breath in. Om. Thanks again for practicing, for being here. Namaste.
Namaste.
There we go, people.